Excel has many more built-in functions in which it can help us quickly calculate many formulas. When we open the Formulas tab, we're presented with a function library. The first icon in the function library is the AutoSum set of functions, in which we're already familiar: sum, average, minimum, maximum, and so on. The next icon, when selected, gives us a menu of recently used formulas. The next several icons is a breakdown of functions according to the different types. Let's explore a couple of the types. Let's say we're thinking about car shopping. We know the amount of loan that we could take. We also know the number of years that we would like to pay the loan off. And we know the current interest rates. Excel can help us now find our payment. Finding a payment amount is a financial function, so we'll select the financial function library. And as we scroll down through, we're looking for anything that looks like payment. And there are a couple. Let's select the first one, PMT. And we see that we're going to have to know the rate, that's the interest rate. We'll need to know the total number of payments for the loan, and we want to know what the present value or the amount of the loan. Before we can do that, let's cancel here and start filling in some of the information. Let's say that we know that the loan is going to be for $5,000. Okay, so it's a used car. And we know that the interest rate for us is 6%. We also know that we're going to take this out for 3 years. So we've got loan amount, interest rate, and number of years to pay it off. And here we want to find out what is our payment. Make sure we're in the cell where we want the answer to be. We'll select our financial function, the PMT function. We know what the interest rate is. Now the number of payments is a little more tricky. This is, remember, for 3 years, but we're going to pay monthly. So it will be B4 times 12 months, or 36 payments. And the present value of the money that we're borrowing is $5,000. And now when we select OK, we see that Excel says our payment is going to be $341.97 a month. And the reason that it's in red and in parentheses is because it's a negative number. It's something that we're going to have to pay out. If you don't want it to show in a negative number, we're just going to put a minus sign in front of the PMT. Now, let's browse our library for another function. Let's select date and time. If we've never used these functions before and don't know what they are, we can select any one and the wizard will give us some information. For example, if we select today, Excel tells us that this returns the current date formatted as a date. When it says that the function takes no arguments, this means that we don't have to fill anything in. The formula result is volatile, or it changes depending on the day. As of this filming, when we select OK, we see the date is 4/23/2021. However, if we were to save this worksheet and open it up a year from now, it would say 4/23/2022, and so on. Let's look at another function. Not all functions have to do with math or calculations. If we look under the text library of functions, we see that there are several choices. Let's see how the concat function works. Concatenates a list or range of text strings. Earlier in this course, we learned how to separate a first name and a last name by inserting another column and then choosing text to columns under data. Concatenate puts two strings of text together. So if we have John and Doe, but in this cell we want John and Doe together, we'll use the concatenate function. So we'll select concat and we want this text added to this text. But we need to be careful. We want to make sure that we're putting a space in between and then selecting the Doe. And now when we select OK, we see that we have John Doe together. And now it's your turn. You discover a new function and show us how it's done. Submit to the assignment.